people calling me and calling Keifer's family has been very well received and comforting to both of us.
Police have not identified the female driver involved, and charges have not been filed. Live in the newsroom, Josh Brazan, 7 Eyewitness News.
Terrible story. Thank you, Josh. Also tonight, a Buffalo family grief-stricken after a fast-moving fire claimed 3 lives, including 2 young children. Tonight, their grandfather is speaking with 7 Eyewitness News reporter Hannah Bueller and sending an important message to the Queen City. Hannah?
Yeah, Ashley, it was an extremely painful Christmas for this family. Instead of celebrating, Daryl Grenache says this family was making funeral arrangements for 3 loved ones who died 1 week ago in a fire on Shirley Avenue. 4-year-old Sienna Jones and her 26-year-old Aunt Brianna Ross died in the fire in the early morning hours of December 21st. Sienna's 8-year-old brother, G. Sean, on the right, died Saturday at ECMC. Tonight, family is trying to scrape together enough money to put all 3 of their loved ones to rest. Daryl Grenache says the community support has been overwhelming, but the financial struggle of a proper burial is what's weighing heavy on his mind.
It's horrible. 3 people at one time. I mean, it's horrible. You would never think something like this would happen to you, but you never know. So you have to count every day. You know, you have to live for every day because tomorrow isn't promised. It's not promised. And this is a perfect example. Tomorrow is not promised.
There are 2 GoFundMe accounts set up for this family, one to help cover the funeral expenses of the children, another for their aunt. You're going to find links to both of those with this story on WKBW.com. Investigators say the cause of the fire was accidental and appears to have started in the kitchen. Grenache says his family was renting the home and they had complained in the past about faulty electric. Live in the studio, Hannah Bueller, 7 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Hannah. All new at 5, President Trump and the First Lady making their first visit to a combat zone, surprising troops in Iraq. The White House confirming the trip this afternoon. Here's ABC's Kenneth Moten.
President Trump's surprise Christmas visit to Iraq. The images coming in late Wednesday afternoon showing the president and the First Lady surrounded by U.S. troops at Al-Assad Air Base just west of Baghdad. White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders tweeting, President Trump and the First Lady traveled to Iraq late on Christmas night to visit our troops and senior military leadership, to thank them for their service, their success, and their sacrifice, and to wish them a Merry Christmas. Also there, National Security Advisor John Bolton. Vice President Pence at the White House during the top-secret trip, Trump's first visit to a combat zone since becoming commander-in-chief nearly 2 years ago. Thanksgiving, the president spoke with members of the military around the world from his South Florida resort. Asked by a reporter if he knew when he was traveling to Iraq or Afghanistan, the president coy, saying, I do, but I can't tell you. The Associated Press reports the president said while on the ground in Iraq, he has no plans to remove the 5,000 U.S. troops in the country. But the visit comes just 1 week after the president announced a withdrawal of 2,000 service members from Syria. The president is also planning to reduce the current number of troops in Afghanistan from 14,000 to 7,000, according to U.S. officials. The withdrawals have sparked outrage from lawmakers on both sides, and Secretary of Defense James Mattis announces resignation, the president moving up his departure date to the first of the year. The president claimed last week ISIS has been defeated in Syria, but said today Iraq can be used as a base to stage attacks on ISIS. Trump made the 11-hour flight to Iraq in a darkened Air Force One, with lights off, window shades drawn, and escorts by military fighter jets. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, Washington.
Right now, you may be looking for something to do with the family while your kids are off on winter break. All the slopes in the southern tier are open for business. More than half of the trails at Holiday Valley are open, and most of its lifts are running as well. Fewer trails are open at Kissing Bridge, and only 2 lifts are running. Holiday Valley will be open until 10 tonight. Kissing Bridge will close at 9 p.m. Skiers and snowboarders will be treated to a winter warm-up later this week. 7 First Alert meteorologist Andy Parker is tracking your temperature swing coming our way. Andy.
Oh, that's right. Rises and falls this week. Great to have you along as we start you off here with the weather at 5:07. Not a bad day today. As we take a look outside, a lot of low cloud over downtown Buffalo as the lights begin to trickle on. 35 degrees right now, down from the warmest part of the day. We have a west wind at 8 miles an hour, and it was pretty easy going for everybody. Still pretty short daylight hour as we see them see the sunset in the 4 o'clock hour. All right, 7 Super Doppler had a few flurries and even drizzle in spots, but now that is beginning to fade away. You can see not much of a return out there. And what we're looking at is the warm air, as Ashley alluded to. 40s on the other end of the lake and even some 50s lurking in the Midwest. And it looks like we'll see both of those. Here's what you need to know to finish out the work week. It's going to be a mild day tomorrow, an absolute gorgeous one for December. And then it turns warmer, windy and wet for Friday. And the warm-up doesn't last long. It's going to be a cold weekend. If you want to do some skiing, with a little bit of everything in there in that 7-day forecast. Stick around. I'll have it for you when I join you back inside.
Looking forward to it. Thanks, Andy. It seems shoppers are eager to spend that Christmas cash. The Walton Galleria in Cheektowaga was hopping this Boxing Day, with shoppers looking to find those post-holiday bargains. And according to them, the sales don't disappoint.
Best shopping day of the year. Spend all the gift cards.
We used to bring the kids the day after, and they would get money, and we would always bring them the day after Christmas. It was great fun.
According to the National Retail Federation, Americans were expected to spend roughly $720 billion this holiday season. Shays Performing Arts Center in Buffalo is getting ready to begin a major construction project. It's all thanks to money from a state grant. According to the Buffalo News, the money will be used to build a multi-story elevator tower. The elevator will help people with mobility issues while also making room for restrooms, concessions, and storage. Straight ahead on 7 Eyewitness News at 5, we are celebrating women in business and what inspired one local mother to quit her job and embark on a new fitness quest.
He's just a precious old man. Everybody at the vet office has fallen in love with him.
Then a very special dog. Can you help Sniffles find his forever home? And all new at 5:30, traveling to Toronto, an expanding service could soon make that trip a whole lot easier.
Make your food be your medicine and your medicine.
But first, the Queen City marks the start of Kwanzaa. You're watching 7 Eyewitness News at 5.
Do you have a tip for the 7 Eyewitness News I-Team? Call the I-Team tip line at 840-7750 or email iteam@wkbw.com. You're watching 7 Eyewitness News with Jeff Russo, Ashley Rowe, and 7 First Alert meteorologist Andy Parker.
As storm clouds at night suddenly gather, our army.
The Queen City marking the start of Kwanzaa. A flag raising was held in Niagara Square today following a special ceremony at City Hall. Created in 1966, Kwanzaa celebrates a different value over 7 nights. Special events will continue throughout the week. Coming up at 5:30, 7 Eyewitness News reporter Madison Carter looks at the city's week-long celebration. Okay, so I just recently got this Fitbit. It's supposed to help me walk more and maybe get more healthy. For many, the new year means new fitness goals, right? Well, in tonight's Women in Business, we're giving you an option when considering a workout program. Hiring 716 reporter Ali Tui introduces us to the owner of Danny Fit in Hamburg.
Good. Try go a little wider with your feet.
7 years ago, Danielle Neihart never imagined she'd be here.
Yeah.
Running her own fitness studio.
Owning my own business seemed impossible. I was working for corporate America. Awesome.
But after becoming a mom, Neihart decided to take a risk. She quit her job and opened Danny Fit, now located in Hamburg.
I needed to do something to better my mind and better myself.
Today, it's 100 members strong and growing. The studio has group classes, personal and nutritional training. From kettlebell classes to interval training to yoga, Neihart says they offer a variety of programs.
You need somewhere to start, somewhere where you can feel comfortable and welcomed and not judged. And we pride ourselves in that.
Neihart even offers daycare here at the studio. She says the goal is to make sure that no one has any excuses to miss a class.
You know, oh, I don't feel like going, well, or the babysitter didn't make it, or my husband's not home in time. We have childcare.
And they don't just train you while you're inside the studio.
There you go.
Neihart says it's also about giving members the tools to maintain a healthy lifestyle at home.
It's just about being real and how can you do it and survive and be happy with yourself.
These days, she's happy too. She's even interested in opening a second location in the North Towns. In the town of Hamburg.
Your hips under, yeah.
Ali Tui, 7 Eyewitness News.
This is a story that will touch your heart. A New Jersey boy wanted something extra special for Christmas this year, but it wasn't for himself. No, 8-year-old Michael Bell asked Santa if he could borrow some money to help kids with cancer. Well, come Christmas morning, Michael discovered a special envelope under the tree.
There was a card under the platform. I thought I was all done. I took it out, and there was $1,100,000.
$1,100,000?
Yes, well, not really. That's not the much.
That's a slight exaggeration?
Yeah.
What a cutie. It was actually $1,200 to be exact, courtesy of Santa and some generous people who heard about Michael's wish. The little boy is living with a condition that can cause tumors. Workers at a vet's office in Florida hope someone is ready to adopt a stray dog with a unique but sweet look. Take a look. Meet Sniffles. He was born without a nose. It's a deformity that causes him to snort. Well, sadly, his condition has made some apprehensive about adopting the little guy.
He's just a precious old man. Everybody at the vet office has fallen in love with him. He's a healthy dog. He just looks a little funny.
Sniffles is living with a foster family while he waits to be adopted. And Andy, I've got good news. I was just looking this story up online to see if there were any developments. It looks like there are over 100 families that are looking to submit, their application and adopt him.
Looks like Sniffles is going to get his choice.
I think so.
That's good stuff. That's a nice story. And it's very easy to put one of those on TV and everybody.
Exactly.
That's pretty. And it's already got a name too. All right, looking outside, it's 4 o'clock on Wednesday is when we're going to start our time lapse. And we're going to run this about an hour and 15 minutes. And really, folks, the only thing you're going to notice are the lights coming on. The clouds continue to stream in over the city, and that'll be the case as we finish out the day. Not much coming out of them, though. Great to have you along as we turn about 5:15 in the afternoon here in the evening as we transition. And we are starting to see, again, any fading flurries just diminishing. Almost a mist or a drizzle in spots in some of the south towns all the way down to Persia and Franklinville. Now I'm going to widen out. This is a ridiculous zoom from western New York where we have to go to tell the weather story, but that's okay. The southern tip of Florida, very dry. Wet in the center section of the nation, but all that is going to come our way. Take a look at the temperatures. Now, it's kind of what you'd expect, 30s, 40s, 50s, and there are those comfortable 70s, but it's this area right in here near Memphis that is going to make a surge into the northeast and give us a nice warm-up, if that's what you were hoping for. 43 tomorrow. It is going to be a gorgeous day. This is Thursday, so if you have some stuff you want to do outside, take advantage of it. Very light winds to begin the day.